You see, before you try driving in Jamaica as a foreigner or even as a returning resident, now beg you listen to me 1 minute, is it? Yes, there are rules for the driving on the road, but no, not everybody follow them. I say if you come here and feel like say you can do the same thing and get away with it, let me remind you that what is good for the goose is not always good for the gander. So hear me, better you learn the rules, try follow them, and drive like you're driving for the next man, because guess what? The consequences may just fall down on you, and you may not like them at all. Hello there, my name is Claudette and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. You see, I started this channel to, share my journey as I traveled across South America, which is what I had hoped to be doing. But that plan kind of got a little bit upended and I had to come back to Jamaica. But when I came here, I said, you know what, why not start talking about Jamaica instead? Because guess what, at this point, I just am a plant, I'm not going nowhere else. I'll travel, but not moving anywhere else. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're talking about driving in Jamaica, and I hope you may pick up some tips on how to do it. And if this interests you, I would really love it if you would hit that subscribe button, because right now we are doing a series on moving to Jamaica, returning to Jamaica to live, or retiring in Jamaica. So this is what this series is about. And I also have exciting news. I'm offering some relocation services. Yep. So if there's anything that you think I could help you with your move, just reach out to me. I will soon have a website up where you can check to see what services are offered. But anything you can think of at this moment that you think you need help with, reach out to me. If I can help you, I will. If I'm unable to, I will direct you to someone else. Anyway, let's dive down into the meat of the matter of this video. Alright, so let's start with the basics, okay? Because there may be some differences here that you're not accustomed to. The reality is that in Jamaica, we drive on the left of the road, and our steering wheel is usually on the right. Also, we post our speed limit in kilometers, not miles, as most of you may expect. So that is another difference you may notice. You'll find that in towns the speed limit is about 50 kilometers per hour, and it may go up to as much as 80 kilometers per hour if you're traveling on the highway. The traffic signs may look familiar because I guess they're kind of universal-ish, but the reality is that some of them may be faded and less clearly marked, so you need to pay attention while you're driving, okay? Next point on the list is that if you're a foreigner visiting Jamaica, you can drive for up to 30 days on your foreign license and you won't get into any trouble. If you're planning to stay any longer than that, you may need to apply for a Jamaican driver's license. If your current driver's license, well, you make sure that your driver's license is current though, because if it has expired, you will get into trouble. You can rent a car, you can drive without getting a Jamaican license during that period. An international driver's permit isn't required, but some rental companies may prefer it if you have one. So if you think you may be thinking of renting a car and you want to go ahead and get that international driver's license, I would recommend it. Alright, so once you've been in Jamaica for longer than 3 months, even if you have applied to have your stay extended, you will have to get a Jamaican driver's license, because this is a separate issue from extending your stay. So you will have to get a Jamaican driver's license. This will affect you if you're stopped by the police. It also may affect your insurance, because companies prefer that you're driving with a license, and if your foreign license is not valid and you do have a Jamaican one, then you go cook. Alright, so make sure that if you plan to stay here for more than 3 months, you get yourself a Jamaican driver's license. Road conditions may be different from what you are accustomed to. All right. In major towns, for the most part, we have decent roads. If you're going into the country, you will find some dirt road, you will find potholes, you'll find all sorts of stuff. And don't get me wrong, potholes are in Kingston as well. So don't get it twisted. We have them in Kingston as well. We have them in the major towns. So be careful when you're driving. Watch out for potholes. And when you're in the country, make up your mind. I mean, get used to the fact that if you're going off the main road, you may be driving on dirt roads or other types of roads. So that is another thing that you will be required to get adjusted to. All right, so I'm not going to say this is unique to Jamaica because I've visited other countries where when me see how them drive, me think them make Jamaican drivers them look like say them are practice the rules of the road. But the reality is that Jamaican drivers, especially the taxis and the operators of public transportation vehicles, they tend to be very aggressive in their driving. They will overtake when they're not supposed to overtake, and things happen. So as I said, you need to drive like you're driving for the next person. Watch out and be careful. No matter feel like say you could go up on the highway and take off like you're on a racetrack, because I saw only for the accident them happen over there. So just make sure that you watch the road where you're driving and be prepared. Look out for people overtaking ahead of you, because safety and security is paramount. Like anywhere else in urban areas, parking may be a challenge. So depending on where you're going, you may find it difficult to find parking, but it is not as bad as you would find anywhere else, because most of the times you go into the mall, you will be able to find parking. So even though parking is an issue everywhere and it may be of concern here, I don't think that is such a major problem to have. But be careful, plan where you're going, and make sure say you look out for safe parking areas. You don't want to be parking in areas where your car may be insecure. So just ensure that you're parking in a safe and secure parking area. Alright, just like anywhere else, documentation is important. Even if your foreign license is valid, you have to remember that your car has to be registered. You have to have the registration documents with you. You have to have proof of the fact that you are allowed to drive the vehicle if it is not yours. So make sure that you have all your insurance up to date, your driving permit okay, your vehicle registration is up to date, and everything is in safe order. Because when you stop by the police and you don't have those things in order, you may end up going to court. All right. Fueling is easy. You have gas station all over Jamaica, and most places you can go you'll find gas. But there are occasions where you may be traveling in a place and you're allowed to gas in between gas stations. What is advisable, if you can buy 1 liter of gas and put it in the back of the car, so that if your gas run out, you can kind of throw it in there just enough to get you to the petrol station. We do not do self-service here. Usually you are served. We have our gas station attendants that will serve you and fill you up. And also make sure that you have your spare tire, your tools, your kit, some water in the car in case of your car run hot. You can throw some water in it. It's always best to be prepared to have all the things you may need in case of an emergency. Alright, so the last tip I want to give you is that if you are driving, when you are driving, think about your personal comfort. There are certain hours where, let me tell you something, unless you're going to work, you don't need to be on the road, because rush hour traffic, it's deadly, especially in built up areas, and it can cause you to lose several hours driving at certain times of the day. If you're going to Ochi, you have to make sure that you travel at a time, at an early hour, because especially if there's a party going on the north coast and you're going to Ocho Rios or St. Anne or even Montego Bay, you may get caught up in traffic because everybody traveling after work. So choose your driving time carefully, unless you need to get somewhere at a particular time, then you don't have a choice. Alright, so but look out for that. Watch out for traffic congestion when you're traveling, to make your comfort easier. So there you have it. These are the tips I have for you if you're planning to drive in Jamaica. If any of this is interesting to you, or you want to hear more tips about moving to Jamaica, moving around Jamaica, learn more about the Jamaican culture or anything Jamaican, just hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Let me know, did any of these tips help you? And would you be willing to drive into Jamaica, or would you prefer to take a bus or a taxi? Thanks for watching. My name is Claudette, and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny.